In the year 21XX, all the Mavericks have been neutralized thanks to the efforts of a Reploid scientist named Dr. Doppler. Using his neurocomputer, he has been able to suppress any abnormal behavior in the Reploids and prevent them from going berserk. Many of the most advanced Reploids have gathered near their new mentor and founded Doppeltown, a perfect utopian community. With Dr. Doppler guiding them, the world seemed ready to enter a new golden age. After a few months, the Mavericks who were supposed to have been neutralized by the neurocomputer suddenly appeared and began to riot. At Maverick Hunter headquarters, all the intelligence indicated that Dr. Doppler was the mastermind behind the invasion. Soon the call went out to X and Zero to destroy the invading Mavericks and to bring Dr. Doppler to justice. Maverick Hunter X and Zero, dispatch! A few hours later, emergency contact was made by the headquarters of Maverick Hunter. This was the headquarters of Maverick Hunter. We are under attack from the Doppler force. All units return to base immediately and return fire. X, I'll clear out the enemies out here. You go ahead and deal with the ones inside. Welcome to Mega Man X3, where this is the third game in the Mega Man X franchise, and the last one to be done on the Super Nintendo, because this is part of the X trilogy, which was based on Super Nintendo, essentially. All of their entries will be on different consoles, like X4, the 6, PlayStation, 7, it'll be on the PS2, and also 8 is on the PS2 as well, so yeah. Seemingly, Dr. Doppler did help with neutralizing any Maverick threats, but it seems that that's not the case. It's just more of a facade, and Maverick Hunter base is under attack, so we need to go check it out and destroy any forces from the inside. And who are you? Mac, where have you been? Ow. You're far too trusting, X. I'm now a member of Doppler's army. You will make a fine addition to our forces once you have been shown the true destiny of the Reploid race. And welcome to Zero, actually. In X3, once X is captured by Mac, whoever he is, apparently he used to work for the Maverick Hunters, but he defected becoming a Maverick and was part of Doppler's army. Somehow he was able to kidnap X, and now he's just being held hostage within the ransacked Maverick Hunter base. And so because of that, suddenly we now get to play as Zero. It's the first time in the entire franchise where you actually get to play as him. Ow. Zero basically controls with the same way as X, well, standard X, dashing, jumping, and shooting his buster. Except he can actually do a three-way attack, essentially. One shot, two shots, Z-Saber. He can't really double jump or do any of the fancy stuff that you see him doing in any other entry, so this is the best that we can get. Ow. So now we have to deal with Mac, who just shoots a whole bunch of flurry shots. Ow. Wham! Are you okay, X? Thanks, Zero. I'm okay. I'll check around headquarters again. Be on your guard, X. Ba-bum. And so after that little tidbit of playing as Zero, you still get to go play as X. Of when and if you're able to play as Zero again, that's up to debate. With X as a whole, with all he controls, it's the same exact way as he does for next two. Dashing, jumping, shooting his buster, and charging. And speaking of X2, just like it, you also have to beat a gigantic-looking intro stage boss. Not that challenging, he just hovers around, jumps, makes an obviously dodgeable attack, that the rinse repeat. Huh. Ow. And there we go. Looks like we slipped most of the enemies out of here. I'll go back and check on headquarters. Call me if you need me. See you later, X. Okay, I'm FODV93 and here's Making My Next, and welcome back to Making My Next, where we actually are playing through X3. So, since we are having to deal with a new set of Mavericks, dealt by a new actual head Honcho mastermind behind this. It's not Sigma, it's more Dr. Doppler this time. We have 8 set of Mavericks to go with. I believe this is Blast Hornet, Blizzard Buffalo, Gravity Beetle, Toxic Seahorse, Neon Tiger, Ground Rhino? I think it's Ground Rhino or Drill Rhino or something like that. Something Crawfish and Volt Catfish. Oddly enough, this is the only X game that I know of so far that doesn't have any Mavericks based on fire. We have like 3. Count them, 3 Mavericks based on aquatic animals. And nothing based for, well, fish, fire. Thinking to choose which one I want to go for. Oddly enough, it doesn't really specify who the Maverick is unless if you actually choose it, which is odd. Maybe Blizzard Buffalo. And welcome to Blizzard Buffalo stage. Ice physics galore. Just be careful not to go into the spikes. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure I'd find me a Dr. Light capsule somewhere, but I want to save that till cleanup. Cleanup is when I just make sure I go through all the Maverick Hunters regularly, then from there. And then from there, I just tackle to getting all the sub-tanks, heart tanks, and what have you. Whew. So for now, this is just more of me going through the Mavericks as regular base naked X, essentially. Because I want to at least put everything down into a nice cohesive pile. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whew. Oh. Whoa. Whew. Honestly, I love this track for a Blizzard Buffalo. It's pretty good. Honestly, this is one of the only tracks I'd at least play mentally in my head if it was winter. Because it's that good of a track, I'll be quite honest. And this is from me, the local resident winter hater. Like, it's so good. Like, it has... I feel it subverts the expectation of most winter tracks of, oh, this is just going to be a flowery, nice, calm, sunshiny time, ice skating through everything. No, this kind of subverts the expectation of that for most ice-themed tracks in gaming. And I like that. I like that. Whoa. Whew. And here's a sub-tank. I can't really get it yet, even if I could try. Even if I could get it, I'm not going to. Once again, that'll be saved for when I beat all 8 Mavericks. And unlike X2, where I got that sub-tank by accident, I'm not going to screw up that time. I'm not going to screw up this time. Whoa! Ow. Ow. And if memory serves, there's a Dr. Light capsule within Blizzard Buffalo stage. I think it's the Dash capsule, the lake parts, essentially. But I'm going to try my best to avoid getting those, because again, saving that till cleanup. I mean, it does at least give me a more challenge to do with dealing with the Mavericks. I'm just dealing with them without any enhancements, like the mobility or the defense or offense, you know, all that. Ow. But that's fine by me. It's fine by me. I can always make the cleanup part of the stream, of the playthrough, a lot more cohesive. Blizzard Buffalo, I believe he dashes, he jumps, he shoots ice spikes out, something like that. Yeah, he shoots ice spikes. Then from there, you just have to wall jump, dash and jump, dash jump off the walls. And then from there, I believe he shoot, yeah, an ice beam. A giant beam of ice. Ow! You just have to at least dodge the ice spikes, him dashing towards you, and also the giant beam of ice as well. Let it charge, and we can proceed with trying to retrying to beat Blizzard Buffalo. Okay, out. Seemingly these are not Sigma-based, but more Doppler-based. As to why Dr. Doppler would go from benevolent to maverick is beyond me. Ugh. Whoop. Seriously, thank goodness X can dash within subsequent entries after one. By default, out. Because it really makes mobility a lot smoother. Huh. Okay. Almost there. Okay, almost there with Blizzard Buffalo. Come on here. Whoa! Gotcha! And we get the Frost Shield as our weapon. I don't really see this much as a weapon, it's just you shoot it, then it goes up ahead. But okay, it's a shield, I guess. Okay, Blizzard Buffalo is dealt with. Oh boy. I forgot what the weakness is that I can use for Blizzard Buffalo. Oh boy. Man, I find time for me to forget. Oh boy. I know Volt Catfish is weak to Tunnel Rhino. Tunnel Rhino, that's the name of the boss. Maverick. Tunnel Rhino, that's what I'm thinking of. It's Tunnel Rhino. Maybe it's Toxic Seahorse for the weakness to work. Ba 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 ba. Come on here. Give me that health. Thank you. With Toxic Seahorse's stage, I think there really isn't any... Well, I mean, that's a pit. I mean, that's not nothing really that special, it's just a pit. So there really isn't that much of anything special. Oh, never mind. I guess that still counts as me pressing start on the stage. My mistake. Also with X3, you can always... Well, with any Mega Man X stage, you can always exit out the stage if you've beaten it. So as long as you've beaten the stage, you can always just re-enter the stage again. Oh, I can also skip that. I didn't know I could. I thought I was always just destined just to see the Maverick intro, what their pose is, and then I just go to the stage itself, but I guess not. With X3, if I'm not mistaken, the Super Nintendo wasn't the only console it was released on. I believe it was released on the Sega Saturn. Yeah, the Sega Saturn, because I know when the Mega Man X collection for like the PS2 and GameCube were released, they used the Saturn version. And the Saturn version actually had animated cutscenes for each of the Mavericks. And it also had like an animated cutscene for the intro, and then another cutscene to play that sets up the stage for the intro stage as well. And if I'm not mistaken, there's also like another animation, maybe? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. There's like no other animations that play after all of that I just said. And then for the music, instead of this, it was actually remade. It was actually remade from the ground up, so it uses entirely different instruments. That's odd. Why would there be a boss door if there's no boss to beat? Okay, seems there's something I still need to at least get. I'll deal with that in cleanup. It shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's just the standard, get the light capsules, get the heart tanks, get the sub tanks, and that's about it. Is what I would say if this wasn't X3. Because in X3, that giant podium I just stood on was actually for the ride armor. The ride armor that you saw within like X1 and X2, you know, that stuff Vile wrote on to act all tough and what have you. Yeah, the ride armor actually plays a big part in the game because there's different types of ride armor for you to ride on. And I'll be quite honest, seems like a really dumb and missed opportunity from Capcom. Like if they were really, like since they really advertised X3 within the States, I feel they could have at least made some toys based on X and Zero and the ride armor. Like, that could appeal to boys big time. Like, it's just the apocalyptic future. You're a robot saving the world. You're busting evil robots from this evil other robot. And whatever, and da-da-da. You know, I mean, it kind of worked for classic Mega Man, except it just used the Rupee Spears cartoon. And yeah, that's a whole nother thing, but it could still used to work for X. I mean, they did show off X within the Rupee Spears cartoon. He didn't look too bad. He didn't look super inaccurate. I mean, X is destined to be a teenager, where Classic is supposed to be a kid. I mean, if it just got another redesign and reworking, hell, by the time X2 came on by for the box art, it's pretty much accurate to the Japanese version, which is the canonical which is the way of how X always looks and what have you. For Classic, we'd have to at least wait until, like, what? Mega Man 6? Maybe 7? To at least start to looking good, and then 8 and onwards is when they realized, oh yeah, we could just use the Japanese design for Mega Man instead of the weird-looking Rupee Spears-ish cartoon. Again, you could flat out just have toys for kids, and just have, like, a glowing Z-Saber. Like, outright. You could still do that for kids, so just And you could just have it be like those Star Wars toys where, ow, like you just have it be like the Star Wars lightsabers where it glows, it makes noise, it sells money, it can print money for you, not to a ludicrous degree, but it can still print you money, like a good deal of change, like some good chump change. Oh, right, I'm supposed to be talking about the boss here. Toxic Seahorse shoots a few blotches of acid at you, jumps around, and then from time to time, he coats himself with an acid, slinks into the floor, and then goes into another side of the arena. Huh, 2 lives up. That's not too bad. What about the Frost Shield? Would that work on Toxic Seahorse? Oh shoot, that is his weakness. Ow. Thankfully, I'm doing more damage to Toxic Seahorse than he is to me. Thankfully, the Frost Shield doesn't really eat up as much ammo. It's not a crash bomb scenario where I'm gonna be doomed if I misplace the weapon. I just have to be smart about this. Maybe a few charge shots, and then I could just swap back to using the Frost Shield. Yeah, that could work. That can definitely work. I feel Toxic Seahorse may be a bit of a Toadman thing, but where you attack him, his attack pattern resets, he hops back to another part of the stage, and then out. You just hit him with the weakness, lather, rinse, repeat. He's just more aggressive in the aspect he actually still gets to attack. But it's still more of a Toadman thing. Aside from that, I kind of like the stage. Not many Mega Man stages, or let alone X stages, take place in the sewers. It's not I kind of like the change of pace for backgrounds and settings for X, because it's the usual lava stage, ice stage, factory stage, forest stage. None of them really take place within the sewage, like underground in the sewers. Like, yeah, you're gonna have your stages set inside of a factory, you know, the standard elemental stages, the jungles, the forests, what have you. But you never really see much of stages set within an actual underground sewers. Like, there's at least a few from Classic where wow, I almost forgot the name. A Toadman. Like, there's Toadman, there's Pumpman from 10, yeah, like Toadman from Mega Man 4, and then Pumpman from 10. Let me try and think here. I don't think there's any others that come up to mind in terms of stages that take place in a sewer or a sewage plant, precisely. I think that's about it, honestly. Also, when you're underwater, your jump height increases, so just be careful of that in case if there's any spikes or enemies that you don't want to bump into. Whew. Sorry for a bit of the yawning there, but I'm okay. Not tired or anything of that sort. Although I did actually also stream on Twitch. My Twitch handle is 9131puns, and I figured, let's just stream some Smash. Like, stream some Smash Brothers matches for a bit. You know, have it be a nice chill stream to relax to, or just listen to me yap on and what have you. Oh boy. Ow. Oh. Ow. Oh, Aura Song 3166. Hello to you too. How's it going for you tonight? All that for a drop of health. That's fun. But yeah, how's it going for you, chat member, tonight? Aura Song 3166. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I was actually streaming Smash Ultimate on my Twitch handle, 9131puns. There is a link to that on the channel, actually. So I figured, I would at least get my feet wet with streaming on Twitch and on YouTube. Just finished Pokemon X. Yeah, X is fine. I feel, what was it? Gen 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... yeah, Gen 5. It was Gen 5? Yeah, Gen 5. No. Gen 6. It's Gen 6. What am I thinking? Gen 5 is black and white. Gen 6 is X and Y. Yeah. I also need to finish up with the Nintendo games. That's nice, I guess. That's pretty cool. You can make like a little backlog of games that you like to do and games you really want to complete. That way you can actually finish up that backlog and not feel so threatened by it. Or, you know, feeling guilty that you have a backlog of games and then it's just, oh well, I have this backlog of games. Oh, here's this other game. Nah, I'll just add it to the backlog. What's the worst that could happen? But yeah, I also corrected myself on the Pokemon generation for X and Y. It is Gen 6. I got it mixed up with Gen 5, which is black and white. Oh, sorry. Sorry for the yawning. Ow. Huh, well, albeit, it actually is just Toadman disease, where it's just a slightly more aggressive Toadman when you have the weakness for Toxic Seahorse. Because the simple fact, the moment that you hit him with his weakness, which is the Frost Shield, his attack pattern just resets. He just jumps, and then he just maybe shoots a lot of acid if you're not fast enough to hit him with his weakness. Like, you shoot him, he jumps, then he jumps to the other side, lather, rinse, repeat. That's... huh. Interesting. He is the Maverick Hunter I failed to catch last time. I had no idea he is so powerful. Bit and bite! Bring that Maverick Hunter to me, alive if possible. Affirmative, Dr. Doppler. Well, that's... Oh, hi, Vile. Alive, Dr. Doppler? You are so kind. Watch your mouth or I'll put you back where I found you. Even with your enhancements, you are still no match for me. Thanks for the upgrade, Doctor, but I have a score to settle. And I'll do it my way. Alright, see you later, Vile. Fine. Just to make sure you do it. I still can't believe that Maverick Hunter defeated my master twice in the past. Alright, so Vile's gonna be up to something. If I know Vile's within the game, but where can I find him and where is his weakness? That's the one part I forgot. I am so sorry. Like, flat out, I just forgot of, where is he again? And where do I find him? That is my bad. That's just an oopsie. I'm so sorry. Let's see here. The raised splasher and the spinning blade, which I do not have. God damn it. Expose. So where do I find him? Here's stuck to the page. Seek pause in his own stage, but stage the blizzard buffalo crush crawfish. It's crush crawfish. That's what it is. I'm just looking on the X wiki just to refresh my memory based on this. Let's see here. Blah 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 blah. I can always at least just go back to try and find Vile in Blizzard Buffalo stage. That's at least fine by me. I mean, I'm not really trying to find any additional armor parts or the sub-tanks or heart tanks. It's just me going to find Vile again just to kick his ass again. Because again, that mysterious Maverick thing would have been better if it wasn't that obvious. Like, I get it wouldn't be as obvious back in the day. But looking at it right now, it is stupidly obvious. Mysterious Maverick with the exact same outline and as Vile. Wow, that's so mysterious. Guys, you never knew who that guy is. It must be Vile. Nah, he's dead. Dead as a doornail, I say. Ugh. I mean, it would have been nice. I mean, I feel the mystery or the shock of it being Vile would be a lot better if it was still the whole mysterious Maverick thing and didn't show his damn outline. Like, if after Bit and Bite left, it just cut to mysterious Maverick and then saying, I have a score to settle, then we could at least have a better sense of mystery. It could be a sense of mystery of, this is the mysterious Maverick. Then after you tried to chase him down and you see within the stage, that's when you can actually see, oh my god, it actually is Vile. Now that would be a better handling of the mystery. But instead we just know, this is just Vile, he's just here because he got angry, because someone cooler and someone more powerful just beat him up. Now he's just angry, and he's just whiny and angry, and he's on his edgelord temper tantrum of, I have a score to settle. It's my time for revenge. Type-ish. Meh. And go into this capsule, and you'll find yourself within Vile's stage. That's odd. Okay, so wall jump it is, I guess. Alright. I don't mind. I mean, the way out up isn't too bad, you just have to mind the debris. Ba 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 ba. What did do? Gasp. Up, shoot. Make it my next. Files, you and I destroyed you years ago. Years ago. This factory is set to blow in a matter of minutes. Until then, I'll try and keep you busy. And Vile fights the same exact way as he would with the next one. He has his right armor. Then he just tries to approach you. And since this is Vile, you can better believe this will be a two-phase boss fight. You know what? It's more humiliating to Vile? I'm doing this while doing it as base Naked X. It's like Vile got all of these fancy upgrades, and at the end of the day, he's still a big fat nothing. Ow. Pew 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 pew. Okay, so Violet just has that as his attacks. I'll try again with this. Because A, I got Reckless, and B, I don't really have any lives to rematch Vile with. Also with Pokemon Gen 6, it's not a bad title. I mean, it introduced fairy types. And I'll be quite honest, fairy types are my favorite type of Pokemon for Pokemon. Like, flat out, I love fairy types. Like, there's Sylveon, the Gardevoir buffs, Mimikyu, Clefairy and Clefable. I know Blissey and Chansey aren't normal fairy types, they're more beefy normal type walls. But they're like honorary fairy types. And the gameplay itself really isn't too bad. I agree with the sentiment of really missed opportunity to not have the third objective Pokemon Emerald type being Pokemon Z. I mean, it's right there. X, Y, Z. There's black, white, maybe gray, I guess, but not really. I mean, there's like Ruby, Silver, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Gold, Silver, Crystal, you know, all that. And then Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, you know, really missed opportunity for that since they've been consistent in making two versions of a Pokemon game at the time, and then it's just the third version is the best of both worlds with some added content. Which, yeah, obviously a missed opportunity, and a slept-on opportunity if I will be quite honest. Well, boy. Gotta be careful so that way I don't keep getting hit by debris. Oh, no dialogue? Aww. Huh. Ow. Okay, I really gotta be careful with this. Ow. Really gotta be careful with this. Okay. Ow. Ow. Shit. Okay. Now we're good, and now we're on to Vile's phase 2. Vile shoots a fireball. Then a spread shot. Ow. Okay. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. I could still at least enter again, and then retry again with against 5. That's good. Ow. Ow. Ow, again, damn debris. Oh, come on here. Okay, that's good. There we go. Ba-ba-bum. Ow. Okay. Not too bad. Okay, that's good. Thankfully, the waves of fire after he shoots that fireball don't really hurt. It's just the main fire wave that he shoots that will hurt. Okay, really gotta be careful of that one. Ow. Honestly, speaking of Pokemon, I feel maybe a tad bit burnt out from Pokemon. Like, I don't know, maybe I know it's just a me thing, I'm just trying to find the right words to express them. Like, I feel Pokemon is fine as a franchise in terms of the games. And it's just, obviously, you know, oh, I like the older ones better and what have you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not gonna gatekeep someone from wanting to explore or to play the newer games like Pokopia. You know, I'm not gonna be doing that, that's just not cool. But I feel, I don't know, like the only main big thing I'd love for Pokemon to do is just a big old collection of their older gen entries. Like, just have gens 1 to 4, maybe gen 5, onto a nice big old collection of games, essentially. Like, that's what I'd love to at least see. Like, that's just me, because I feel like most people are gonna be going for, oh, but my childhood, the nostalgia factor, and yada yada yada. You know, I feel if you were to at least just make like a compilation of 1 to 4, then some nice concept art, a music player, and what have you, then boom, bang, bing, we're good. If you're able to do like 1 to Gen 5, then people will never shut up about that. I'd say it's an instant money printing machine, but any Pokemon game is just going to be an instant money making machine, regardless of the quality. Which is both a blessing and a curse, to be quite fair. Because I feel like Violet and Scarlet, they can be fine games, like it's a good pioneering of having the mainline Pokemon game being 3D. But at the same time, good gracious me, that first time release for it was really not good in any way, shape, or form. Like, it felt like it was just the Nintendo equivalent of an EA game or Call of Duty slop, where it was just rushed out because the fans can't be patient enough to wait for a game to be fully cooked in the oven because they want their content. They want their content right now, damn it. You know, like, I heard they may have at least fixed some of the glitches. I mean, that's fine, I guess. But, I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Aside from that, you know, I feel it's fine for the way Pokemon is right now. I feel it's fine. Like, it is just outright fine. But if they make that whole compilation thing, oh, you better believe people will be beating each other senseless just to get their hands on the collection. Oh, and it's gonna be even bigger public reception if they can manage to make, like, a collector's edition. Ow. Oh, that's not too bad. Ow. Oh boy. Okay, so that fire still manages to chase you, regardless of where you are. Gotcha. Ow. But as with me, I'm doing okay myself. Ow. Like, with the whole streaming on Twitch for Smash Brothers, I plan to be consistent with that. Like, to stream some Smash Brothers matches, stream a bit longer than what I did for today, host some arenas for Twitch viewers and YouTube viewers alike to have some fun, and then we could just enjoy maybe some other puzzle games or whatever that sort. You know, some nice chill content, it would be fine from there. Okay. Ow. There we go. Okay, ow again with that fire. What the hell? What the heck? Okay, ow again. Damn it. I was doing good, but I kind of just spazzed up. Darn it. Okay, 0 lives. Really gotta focus on this one. Mostly because the simple fact I'm doing this with no heart tanks, sub tanks, and no Dr. Light capsules to help. Ow. Whoa, boy. Gotcha. Okay, that was on me for screwing up with the wall jump. Yeah, that was definitely my fault for that one. Like, I do want to at least get rid of Vile and maybe try another Maverick stage before I queue the stream up for today. Ow. Ow again. Thankfully, when I get into the Vile stage, there are health pickups, so that does help me out in my case. If I'm low on health. But yeah, I think going based on my earlier spiel, yeah, making toys based on the X series would also still be good for kids. But you have X and Zero, they're a duo of best friends, and then selling the Z Saber and then the X Buster as a kid's toy, like one of those annoying battery things that go pew pew pew, and real automatic sounds that go pew pew pew, and all that. That could sell. That can still sell. Like if they did that during like the heyday of the 2000s, where Mega Man merch was everywhere to its own detriment, you can make a pretty penny based on that, off that. Because during the 2000s, Zero's everywhere for playability. He was within X5 to 7, well, starting in X4 and onwards, he was playable. Then he got his own series on the Game Boy Advance with the Mega Man Zero franchise series. You know, you could flat out just make like a playable, a usable Z Saber, and I think it'd be like two different variants, like the classic Mega Man X styled Saber, and then the Zero series styled Saber, where it's thinner and has a different design, but same functionality. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I really thought there would be different boss music because it's Vile, but I guess not. It's just the standard boss track. Not upset, but I thought there'd be like a different track, but I guess not. Ow. Gotcha. Okay, so just bob and weave for dashing to get out of the way. Okay, that's not too bad. And Val just shoots the fireball, which goes into two different sides of the arena. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't really need to go into locked-in mode, because I could just keep on yapping and just deal damage to Vile. Come on, pew pew pew! Damn it! I got reckless, I got greedy, I got a bit too greedy. Man. Note to self, don't get hit so much during phase 1. Because if I didn't really get hit during phase 1, I could at least deal that last pew-pew bit of damage to Vile. All I have to do is just bob and weave and shoot. Ow. Ow. Ah, shoot. Come on, give me some health. I really need to be at max health when I'm dealing against Vile. Hmm. Man. Okay, let's at least try not to get hit by Vile. If not, I do at least have, what, 2 more lives left? Yeah, 2 more lives left, so I could at least try. Well, I could at least do my best. Not really try, but just do my best, you know? Okay. Do that. Ow. You also have to be really careful when Vile is near the wall because his punches can actually shake you off the wall and make you a sitting duck for damage. Like that. Repeatedly. Yeah. Really gotta be careful. There we go. Whew. You can be reckless in Kirby games. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Yeah, understandable. Oh! Shoot. It's just about locking in and then making sure you avoid making the same mistakes again. That's the whole issue. Oh, ow. Huh. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Okay, there we go. Full health Vile. Let's go. Ow. Bob, duck, and weave. Fully charged shot. Gotcha. Do that. Just gotta keep bobbing and weaving, bob and weave. Bob, duck, jive, jump, dash, and shoot. Just a wee bit more. Oh, no, you don't. Ah. Gotcha. And Vile just retreats. Yeah, here's the thing. If you beat Vile with his weakness, he actually has a bit of a dialogue spiel. But I don't really have his weakness, so let's get a move on. Let's on delay, baby. Although, an extra life, I need that. Thank you. Ah, come on, guy. Let me go here. Ow! Oh, shoot. Okay. Ah, come on here. Wall jumping it is. Seriously, good thing I know how to dash jump to make this whole process quicker for me. Oh god, oh god. Ah, shoot. Wait. Oh, thank god. Whew. Okay, so after defeating Vile, that counts as a checkpoint. That's good. I know. Set to destruct, yada yada yada, but I needed the extra life, danggummit. Need an extra life, so I'm gonna be taking that. Thank you. Oh, come on. Dash jump to get myself out, because that elevator ain't working. Huh. Seriously, it's sad considering that Vile got all these fancy enhancements, yet me as base regular X just wrecked him in a few tries. Well then, that was fun. Well, that was fun. Okay, so after that's taken care of, let's see. Oh yeah, right. Tunnel Rhino. Duh, Tunnel Rhino. Because I remember Tunnel Rhino being weak to Toxic Seahorse. Yeah, I remember that. Oh. Ba-ba-bum. What did I think it was Drill Rhino? It's Tunnel Rhino. Honestly, Tunnel Rhino does make sense for a ground-based Maverick. Okay, can't really get that one yet, so I'm gonna have to at least wait until cleanup, just at least get that heart tank. But it's there, I am acknowledging its presence. I just can't really get it yet because of both my own stipulation, self-made challenge, and also I physically cannot get that yet in any way, shape, or form. Out the... Oh, right. The ground actually just kind of rumbles and just makes an automatic waterfall effect where if you're over spikes, that'd be a death sentence. Welcome, X. I'm Bit. Oh, wait, hold on. Bit and Bite. Oh, yeah, right. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's part of the Nightmare Police. Yeah. Bit and Bite are actually the Nightmare is actually... Well, Bit is one half of the Nightmare Police. Bit and Bite make up the Nightmare Police. They're part of Dr. Doppler's enforcement force. And just makes up the two goons you'll be running into a good chunk throughout the game. Well, not throughout the game like the X-Hunters, but... sort of like the X-Hunters, where you'll at least see them a couple of times within regular stages, and then you'll see them again within the Doppler stages. I have my orders. You are to be destroyed. Aww. I really thought there'd be like different boss music, because I know there's like the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, I'm thinking of the Doppler stages. Shoot, man, I am wrong with the music today. At least when it comes to fighting Bit. Wait, is it Bit? Yeah, it is Bit. My mistake, it is fighting Bit. At least when it comes to fighting Bit, he has a simpler attack pattern, so I'm thankful for that. Honestly, when it comes to locating Bit and Bite, yeah, I'm kind of lost on that one. Sorry. Mostly because it's been a while since I last played X3 of all games. Or the Xers in general. plus it doesn't really help that the stage select map doesn't really give you an indicator as to where Bit and Byte and Violet are specifically. I get the point is that you have to explore the stages yourself to check these guys out, but I kind of liked of how the X2 did it with the X Hunters, where they gave you little indicators, like they showed you overhead sprites of the X Hunters and what stage they'll be, so that way you can expect them in advance. That's just me, I kind of preferred it that way, but, you know, you could at least differ within takes for me, so that's still fine by me. Thankfully, when it comes to fighting a bit, it's not so tough. Like, he does the sword slash, he goes towards you, up and down, and then I think he fires like a little fireball or something that may be home towards you. So thankfully there's that. Yeah, that little fireball that just homes towards you. And thankfully when it comes to him doing a sword slash, and also that ring thing that could potentially trap you, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I pretty much got like half of his health done and chipped away. So there is that at the very least. Do. Ow. Yeah, yep. But yeah, if you're interested in following all my socials, 9131 Puns is my Twitch handle. And then my Instagram is of the same name as my YouTube, FODV93, where I mostly just post stories, which are just links to my shorts and my YouTube content, because sadly Instagram doesn't really allow you to post links for content, or anything in general, unless if you do it on a story, which is kind of dumb. Even though both Meta and Facebook, even though both Instagram and Facebook are owned by Meta, which is all still owned by Zuckerberg. So whatever, I guess. But... Oh yeah, that whole ring thing. Bit has that little ring thing that can capture you, and just makes things a lot more difficult. That reminded me of a YouTuber who had that intro. Oh, what intro are you talking about there? RSung3166, because I'm interested of what intro you're talking about. Because the only intro I use is just for streaming, basically. Aside from that, I don't really use an intro in my videos. I use an outro to promote my other works. Like, I have like an outro of a nice 8-bit sunset, and it has like end cards of my other videos and just clicks to the link of my own channel. That's about it in terms of anything intro, outro related, but yeah. Only other thing I could think of is just my Donkey Kong and Pac-Man Smash montage. And that was just for the sake of, oh hey, let's just do something cool for the sake of it being an arcade, because these two premiered in an arcade. And that's about it. Ow. Ah, damn it. Pretty sure I gamed over in that one. Oh, no, I didn't, actually. Well, that's good to know at the very least. If only I didn't get hit by those other two enemies going down. Zah. Just gotta at least focus a wee bit because, you know, of how I am in regards to stats and offense and what have you. Aside from that, I don't think Tunnel Rhino stage and Tunnel Rhino is that bad. So far as you have the weakness for Tunnel Rhino, which is Toxic Seahorse's weapon, the Acid Blast. Again, action figures based on the X series, like X1 to 3, and then here's the Mega Man X action figure. He changes color based on the weapon that he has. Here's the Acid Blast, the Storm Tornado. And Dr. Light's capsules for a better future. Collect them now! Again, if you have these during the 2000s, any kid would go goo goo gaga for this. And they'd be collecting money from collectors. Yeah, sorry for going quiet for that long. I had to take care of something on my phone. Like, I'm thinking, oh, maybe there's like some notifications that I missed. Because I usually just place my phone far away from me, so that way the stream doesn't really pick up when it goes with notifications. Like, you could say, oh, why don't you just mute your phone? Unless if I'm 100% certain and safe that I know I won't be getting notifications or texts from family when they're out, then I won't really put my phone on mute. Mostly because, you know, you never know in an emergency. And I'd feel bad, I'd feel outright rotten if I just put my phone on mute or do not disturb when I stream. Because it could be a life or death emergency and I'd need to end the stream right then and there, which is very important for me to do. You know, sure, you could at least say to family, oh, I'm streaming right now, please don't disturb, you know. You can do that. You can do that. But then, you know, again, emergencies don't really go into, oh, you have an emergency? I'll just cancel that heart attack to like 5:30 after you're streaming. You know, I don't want to disturb you. You know, that's not how emergencies work. That's not how life works. Oh! Ugh. Ow. But yeah, that's the whole thing with me and the whole phone thing. Oh, I actually have his weakness for a bit. Duh, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Because I'm just double checking for a bit for anything I could use for his weakness. And it turns out I do. I have the Frost Shield, which is, again, the same weakness for Toxic Seahorse. Wait for it, and then we can go up and then get some health. But yeah, with the whole phone thing, I feel unless if I'm 100% sure and certain that, like, any family that's there, like, they're fine, they're sleeping and what have you, you know, I'll pretty much put my phone on, like, silent or do not disturb. Because, you know, what if there's, like, an emergency that could happen? You know, I'd flat out just end the stream right there and I'd be fine with that. Because, at least when it comes to that, I at least know at the end of the day, family is just going to be fine and safe. And I'm not going to be feeling terrible or bad or anything if I were to just end the stream because of an emergency. Because at the end of the day, an emergency is going to be more important than just, say, me streaming. Like, I can be top 1% of YouTube streaming and Twitch streaming, but if there's an emergency, you can bet your ass I'm going to be canceling that stream right then and there to look and see what's going on. Like, no amount of money is going to make it seem like that's going to be more important than family, or a friend's or a loved one, for an emergency if they want to talk. So, a bit of apologies if you may hear my phone going off screen, but that's just kind of why. You know, better to be safe than sorry. You know, if it's a little inconvenience for the audience, I can pretty much bear with that. I can put up with that. Also, I just realized I did some info on Bit. His weakness is the Frost Shield. Either the Frost Shield or the Triad Thunder, which I have for his weakness, so let's just try that. Ow. Okay, I've got to be better with that dodging. That was pretty pitiful. But yeah, 3166, you haven't really gotten back to me in terms of that whole, oh, that reminds me of a YouTuber who did that same intro. Who's the YouTuber? I'm kind of curious now. Like, I'd really like to know, I suppose, that'd be great. Bum, 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 bum. Ba 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 ba. Beat up, beat up, beat up. These guys will just serve to block your path. You just have to shoot the green head that jets up and down for you to beat it and to get it out of your way. Literally. Okay, there we go. I still have enough Frost Shield to tick down Bit. So let's just try to do it with this weakness, shall we? Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm doing good with Bit. It's just the whole damage thing and trying to get it in time. Maybe I might need to do the whole lock-in thing or just be a bit more mindful of my dodging. It's a good thing for that weapon ammo pickup that's there by the boss door, so that way I can at least refill on Frost Shield and then take care of it. Also, when it comes to X, you don't really have to swap to the weapon that you need to be refilled with. He'll automatically do it. So that really helps with weapon management, with resource management. You don't really have to consistently swap to weapons back and forth like you do with Classic. Like, X automatically will just go to the weapon that has the lowest amount of weapon ammo, and then it'll just be refilled, which is great. And I say great in a non-sarcastic tone. Yeah, great, that's great. Ow. Can I get some health? Yeah. At least I know when it comes to the Triad, the Frost Shield, it is his weakness, as it does a lot more damage than my Buster would in its current state. Ow. Man, really with this? Ugh, I'm gonna at least try a bit more, because the Frost Shield really ain't working or helping me out with this, in terms of taking on Bit. Maybe the Triad Thunder could actually be a lot more helpful than that. Yeah, maybe the Triad Thunder could be a bit more helpful. I mean, maybe, because, again, you'd have to still be mobile, because Bit just keeps uses that binding ring, and then the sword slashes, and then everything else. Really thought he'd be a lot easier to tackle down than, say, the X-Hunters, but I guess it's kind of in the same range of difficulty. Even more so because of, again, no armor stipulations, no health pickups, no nothing. Ow. If it was more basic, it'd be like a Buster-only run, and that'd be insane work to do. And I am not going to be doing the X-Series Buster-only, God no. It's just get everything and that's it. Like, get the good ending and that is it. Oh boy, 2 rings, okay, that's not fun. 2 rings, oh, that's never fun. Okay. Ah, damn it. Okay, that wasn't too bad, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good run of that fight against Bit. Seriously, really good fight, though. A really good run back, though. Just have to start incorporating more of that Frost Shield for his weakness. Wait. Oh, duh. I really thought I had that wall for a second there. Whoops. Because I know for a fact that Telnorino is weak to the Acid Burst, and I kind of need to go to Telnorino, which means I have to go with fighting Bit. Is there any other stages that Bit is in, or no? Seriously, I still believe just making the action figures or just toys based on Mega Man X, like, not just going beyond standard toys, but like a Z-Saber or a playable Mega Man X Buster, like alongside with the action figures and what have you, during the whole Mega Man craze of the 2000s would have been pretty good to actually have for kids to have. Like, aside from the X collection, you also have those toys. And that could really be good. That's a good marketing idea, but again, I'm not in marketing, I don't work for them. I mean, they could still make them today. That'd be nice. God, I hate the ring so much. I hate this ring. I hate this fucking ring. Damn it. Ugh. Okay. Alright, let's at least try to look and see what I can do against Bit, because I did almost get him. I really did. I just maybe need to focus a bit more than I did with, say, Vile. I'll say it once, I'll say it again, I hate those damn rings. Like, really, I almost had a bit for a second, but no, I had to at least fall prey to those damn rings again. Like, really? Ugh. I'd be more upset, but this is more of a demon of, a demon of my own doing. Because again, I am willing to at least go for its own separate part for cleanup. And yeah, like even if it's just me making a video, but more likely than not, I'll just make a stream about it. Like say if I beat all 8 Maverick Hunters, then I'd probably at least just go with the cleanup bit being its own separate thing, as I did with X2. Alright, I am fully stocked up. Let's at least try again with Bet. Oh, come on here! Ugh. Man, that is really annoying to deal with. I do need to focus, but at the same time, I can't be making the whole entire stream quiet if I keep on having difficulty with bed. I really can't be doing that. Yeah, no. Need to at least try and multitask with the whole aspect of me talking, even when it gets difficult for me. Let's see. Any projects I want to at least think of? Maybe in between of Mega Man X and the classic Rockman revamp and Pizza Tower, maybe something a bit smaller scale. Maybe I think I may try to at least do like Wario Land. Like Wario Land 1 on the Game Boy, because it's on the NSO. Honestly, with the NSO, I prefer it more when it was like the Wii U days, where you just buy the game and it's therefore in your property. You don't really need to pay a subscription service. Like, I prefer to own the thing than just, inhale the copium and then just... for like $7 a year, I can have it, but if it's for $7, I could just own the thing. I could just own it and be done with it. I don't really have to go with the whole hullabaloo of you can just you just get a subscription service. No, I prefer to own my thing. Ah, fucking rings, I hate these things. But yeah, I kind of prefer just to own my thing, and then instead of just going with a subscription service. Like, I don't really get the notion of, oh, but this is a great way for the games. Yeah, that's great, but I'm pretty sure if the Switch servers shut down, you'd still need like an internet service just to play the games online, which sucks. Like, flat out, why can't we just go... I do at least say, why can't we just go back? But Nintendo's making bank off of this. But it's like, an alternate way to make bank is just to have them be downloadable titles within the eShop. And then from there, it's just running the same way as you did for the Switch, for the Wii era, like Wii era and onwards. Like, you just have a certain amount of points or money to be used for this whole thing. And then it's still yours to keep. It's yours forever and ever, amen, amen. And then all you have to do, like, say if you deleted it, you could just go back to the eShop and then just re-download the title. Oh. Bitch. Are there any other stages that bit appears in? Let's see here. Here we are, bit and byte location. Are they always in the same thing? Mandatory mini bosses, yeah, randomly chosen, great. Locations in 3 or 4, frequently neon tiger, gravity beetle. No, that's really not it, okay. Oh boy. Almost dropped the controller for a second. But yeah, that's like one reason why I love the Wii U. Because it still allows you to play Game Boy Advance games, you just had to at least pay for them, and the moment that you paid for them, they're yours forever. All you have to do is just re-download them if you don't have the space for it, or if you deleted it and felt, I feel like a hankering to replay that old Virtual Console game that I played, that I done like years and years ago or whatever. Like, I will never understand the people coping or just stating that this is the best way to play old Nintendo games when they hit the nail on the head over decades ago. God, I knew saying the Wii is 20 years old is hurting my back. Again, Nintendo basically hit the nail on the head perfectly. In terms of ownership, like I could just flat out just get the game, buy it, and then it's mine forever. Again, I'll never understand it. Ow. Ugh. It's just me, like, wow, really? Really with all this? And even then, with the offerings that they give for the NSO, it's like, even if it's sort of like a big, massive entry, they just make one singular video about it, and then, ugh, it's still dumb. It's so dumb. Like, fine, whatever, I'll probably get it one day eventually, but I feel for now I'd probably just be happier just by playing it old school and just playing it as close to the original hardware as possible, without having the need to pay like $50 a year, or, ooh, well, but it'll be better if you have a family membership. Yeah, So I have to at least find 3 other people to carpool and to split the bill with. That's fantastic. Yeah, a better way would be just to have it stick with the old-fashioned way. With the old way of the Wii U era. Like, that's the one thing I will defend the Wii U over, and that's the Virtual Console. Like, it is the best way to at least play the old games. Like, NES up until the Wii, basically. Because I never really had GameCube games for some bizarro-ass reason. But yet they were able to at least do DS games, which is equally bizarre. Which I can at least bet can be really awkward to handle, because it's the DS. Ow! Okay, don't care. Oh, fuck off with those rings, that's bullshit. Ugh. Come on here, come on here, come on with this shit, come here. Come on here. I just want to at least beat Tomarino and get it over with, but no, I have to at least go through you first. And with the whole fucking ring and chasing bullshit, come on here. Ugh. Okay. Honestly, I'm thinking about it right now. Like, maybe Wario Land, or maybe some other chill game to do. Maybe like Terraria. Because, honestly, if you were to ask me about if I'm Terraria or Minecraft, Terraria. At least when it comes to Terraria, at least there's no chicken jockey or people wrecking up the theater saying chicken jockey ad nauseum. Seriously, that shit is still just awful to do to people. Like, outright just screaming chicken jockey, and then just trashing the theater for people. Especially the poor theater employees. Like, they have enough to deal with. They don't really need you acting like a jackass, saying chicken jockey, and then just making a bigger mess out of the movie theater, to which they have to bum rush and clean up in a panic and in a hurry. Because you're going chicken jockey in the theater. Like, they gotta deal with kids, they gotta deal with Karens, they gotta deal with idiots. And now here you are, saying chicken jockey. As if that'll get you the updoots and the magnum blows. Ugh. Still find that really annoying to deal with. Just like dealing with bits. This Reploid's special abilities are too... No, it can't be. Gah! Ugh. Now I can actually get a move on with no lives left. Thanks, bitch. Ba-da-da-da-da. What? Ow. Okay, now if I can actually get me an extra life somewhere, that could at least give me a fighting chance against Tunnel Rhino. Okay, extra life, extra health. Close enough. Since the Bit and Bite are part of Doppler's enforcement police, they're actually mandatory mandatory mini-bosses. Unlike the X-Hunters, Bit and Bite are mandatory for you to go through at some point within your journeys in the game. Mini-boss time. Well, at least with this mini-boss, it's not too bad. Just wall jump, charge, and avoid the giant piercing spike going towards the wall. Seriously, I will still defend the Wii U for the Virtual Console handling, because it gave us the best way to play Mario Advance 4, which is with the e-reader cards. Like, say what you will, but with the Switch, it just basically copied what the Wii U did, which was just, it allows you to play Mario Advance 4 with all the e-reader stages. Like, trust and believe, I will play the Advance series, because that was my gateway to Mario. Like, I would play Sunshine, but Sunshine's meh. I feel Sunshine is a decent game. Like, for every step forward, it introduced Bowser Jr. I kinda liked Flood with its gameplay, but with every step forward, it goes 2 steps backwards. The Chuckster thing, the Pianta's being dumber than a sack of hammers, the Pachinko machine, the lily pad nonsense, the Corona Mountain. Ah yes, let's just have the gateway to the final boss essentially just to be the secret levels again, but with the added stipulation, you can still use Flood, but the moment that you touch lava, your ass is grass. Fun, that's great game, I love that. And even though it's a mediocre game, it's a fine game, it still would have been made a far better game to adapt for the Mario movie sequel than it would be for Galaxy. I feel Galaxy would be better if the staff were trying to do like the whole Sonic 3 thing of making a grander scale adventure and just making it like that. Like, flat out, if they wanted to go like with a bigger, grandiose scale for an adventure, Mario Galaxy should have at least been the 3rd entry in a trilogy. It should have been that. It flat out should have been that. Instead, it's just Galaxy for the 2nd entry, and then it's just a mishmash of stuff that's vaguely related to Galaxy. Like, I find the sequel to the Mario movie to be worse than the first. I will bet up and defend the 1st entry because, again, it's monumental. It's Nintendo's first time allowing a big industry handling of its most profitable and well-beloved cash cow, mascot, Mario, after the disastrous 1990s entry that it had in the 90s, which was still bad it's good, but it's still in the range of bad, so yeah. Like, I'll at least defend Illumination for getting it right on the first try. And people still being shocked about Brie Larson and Donnie Glover as Yoshi, it does not surprise me. I mean, if we had Chris Pratt Mario shock, I mean, what else is there to be shocking about? Flat out, what else is there to be shocked about? Chris Pratt Mario instead of using Charles Martinet. Brother, there is no way you can top that for a shocking voice casting announcement. Outright, I don't think there's anything else that you can use in your arsenal to shock me in terms of video game voice actor adaptations to shock me with. Like, after Chris Pratt Mario, everything else is at least a little less shocking. I mean, Charlie Day's Luigi is fantastic. He delivers Luigi so well, so perfectly. But it's just Chris Pratt Mario. Come on here. Come on here. I feel personally that's not a super big shock to the system. But aside from that, the first Mario movie, I will bet up. I will come to its defense for that. Because it's the first time it's actually ever done something like that. For the Mario movie. Like in terms of what Nintendo's doing for voice acting and big scale, giant silver screen releases for anything that's not like Pokemon or Detective Pikachu, which is, you know, just anything that's not Pokemon. Essentially, I'll still come up to bet the first movie, because it just sets out to what it is. Bowser is doing something wrong, Mario and Luigi are there to go beat him up, that's it. But with Galaxy, no, you could flat out still just have Sunshine be the second movie. Like, have Bowser Jr. cause some mischief and whatever. He sees that Mario's a hero, you could still flat out frame him, and that's it. And then you could just have Tiny Bowser still be there being Tiny Bowser. And then from there, you could still have him be restored to his normal size by total accident. And then it still could play out just the same. It's just Galaxy felt like a giant wasted thing. A literal giant waste of a good idea. But it's mostly because, oh, it's Galaxy. It's a big old Mario fun time thing, but full of grand space adventures, but there really is a lack of space adventures. Like, they go to maybe a couple planets, there's Odyssey references, a Ronda reference. It's like, really with this? You could still make the whole thing being a Mario movie and then have Luigi peppered here and there. Not like maybe like a gateway reference to like the Luigi's Mansion movie or something, because Charlie Day did want to do a Luigi's Mansion movie. Like, flat out, a Luigi's Mansion movie would be so good. It'd be great. Like, make that a deliberate Halloween release and you've got a solid movie. Also, you'd have a lot less people giving a flack over adaptations, which adaptations work with for the Luigi's Mansion stuff, over, say, Mario. Because the simple fact, Luigi's Mansion only has like 3 games to work with, and they're all the same plot. Like, it just takes place in different settings, or, well, look, locations essentially. Like Luigi's Mansion 1, giant mansion. Mansion 2, series of different mansions. Mansion 3 takes place in a hotel. And regardless, King Boo kidnaps her friends, kidnaps Mario. Go save him. Go steal King Boo in a painting. That's it. And it'd still be great with Charlie Day's Luigi, and you'd have some nice brotherly bonding moments. And then you just have Luigi being reminded of the bravery that Mario does, and Mario just helping him out when he is a kid, or standing up for Luigi against, you know, family and whatever. And you'd have a really solid movie. But again, I'm just talking out of my ass here. Again, I still find the Mario movie sequel to be worse than the original. Like, flat out, if I were to at least give a score, if you were to pull my arm and say, give these two movies a grade right now, Mario movie, B-. Like, B- to a solid B. Galaxy, C- to a flat-out D+. Like, for all the things Galaxy does right, which is more Luigi, thank you, I love that. More Luigi, thank you. It also gets things wrong, which is the same pacing problems as the first movie, which I kind of at least picked up. And, like, the same pacing problems, and then the whole aspect of Rosalina just not being there in the Mario Galaxy movie, with her having front and center-ish related poster location for promos. And the whole thing taking place in space, mind you. Yeah. Also, that bonus cameo during the movie, yeah, you could still work that in. But at least have it be better paced. Ow. Again, I still feel the sequel is not as good as the original. Again, quoting the old meme of, oh, the sequel will never be good as the original. Yeah, that is really much true here for the Galaxy movie. It is just not as good as the original by a long shot. Not a chance. Like, oh wow, it's just as good as the first movie. No, not really. It really isn't. Like, if you want me to be genuine, it is not. It really isn't. Like, kids will enjoy it. Maybe hardcore fans will love the thing to bits. Me. Again, Like, I was watching the movie, then I realized, wait, why the heck are there kids here? Like, shouldn't they be in school? Then I realized, oh, right. Spring break. I'm an idiot. It's been a while since I even heard of the term spring break being used. Ever since I was in, like, high school. Then I realized, oh yeah, right, spring break. That does kind of make sense as to why the movie is released now instead of during the summer. Also, if it was released during the summer, oh boy, it would get slaughtered by the 1-2 punch of Supergirl and the Spider-Man movie. And also, Minions. Blech. Blech. Come on here. Gotcha. Yeah, like I was saying before, Galaxy movie is not as good. It really should have used Sunshine to adapt. You could still have Bowser Jr. frame Mario. Same antics, surmise, and Bowser could still try to do his antics, but on a much smaller scale. Then you could have the Galaxy movie, just have the Lumas be connected instead of Rosalina, and then Boom Bam Bing, still the same grand scale. Kind of works like the Sonic movie. Like, still kind of the same big scope, but it gets a little bigger each time, you know. Alright, Tornado Fang, drill type weapon. And Tunnel Rhino, he shoots drills, like, he shoots 3 big drills, which go one after another, like one drill goes into the middle, then the other 3 just chase out, goes right after it. He rams it to left and right of the arena, then he also fires more drills from the side of him as well, which is pretty cool. And I think the last Maverick I need to go for, maybe for tonight, Volt Catfish. And I'm right, the weakness that I need to use for a Volt Catfish is indeed the Tornado Fang. Which is Tunnel Rhino's weapon, which is good. I actually do have, again, 4 out of the 8 Mavericks done. Mavericks. Oh, don't you know, they're all Mavericks. Those are all a bunch of bad people, eh? Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying Mavericks like Mavericks. Like I'm from Wisconsin. Ow. Do 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 do. Oh. With this elevator, just be mindful of the spikes left, right, and... Oh, never mind. Never mind on that one. Oops. Also, I should also say this now before I forget. Within the animated intro for Blizzard Buffalo, his name is spelled wrong. Instead of Blizzard Buffalo, it's Blizzard Biffalo. Blizzard Biffalo or something like that. Which is still a funny mistranslation, a funny little grammar mix-up. Which I find to be kind of cute because, again, for some strange reason, Mega Man and grammar errors go like peanut butter and jelly. Somehow you don't expect it, but when it's there, it's kind of there. You kind of expect it to happen. Ow. Ow. Need my health, thank you. Oh, ow. Like with me playing the Wii U game, Game Boy Advance games, that's how I'm able to do it, on the Wii U. Although I will give the Wii U this, it does give a good way to actually play Kirby in the Amazing Mirror. Because Amazing Mirror didn't allow you to do multiplayer, which is, again, the key defining trait for Amazing Mirror, being a multiplayer game. Which I will give it its flowers for. I'll give it its flowers for. But again, unless someone was saying, oh, let's at least do it together as a part of a group or something. For that, or if there's a game I desperately want to at least play again on the NSO, I'd probably at least give it a chance. Aside from that, maybe not, with the whole NSO thing. Like, maybe, maybe not. Meh. Oh, I had to drink me some water. Whew. Good old-fashioned water. Well, that's good. That's that good stuff. Although, should I continue to play like this without the borders? You know what? Yeah. I feel full screen is fine. Just had to take a sip of water, a chunk of water. Some nice Poland spring water to make me a lot less thirsty and to continue on with the stream. Ow. Man, there's a lot more enemies within Volt Catfish's stage. Alright, let's try this again. Whoa! Whoa! Oh boy. At least I'm making pretty good progress so far, like, on my way to beating half the Mavericks as I usually do in my own way, bumbling and fumbling and getting the weaknesses and what have you. And then I also beat Vile and also Bit, which helps. All I have to do is find Bite, and I can be done with the Nightmare Police. And then from there, just deal with the other 4 Mavericks, and then that's the cleanup part, and then the finale is just going through the Doppler stages, and that's it. But technically, when it comes to cleanup, I'll have to at least do it in a wholly different way than the usual, which is just the Dr. Light capsules, heart tanks, sub-tanks, all that fun jazz. Because there's actually two different things I can at least do to get 100% of getting 100% the normal way and 100% the other way. And what other way can I be talking about? That will be saved for the cleanup part, or the best of video. Again, I need to stop being lazy and make the X2 best of. I do like for Volt Catfish's stage, instead of taking part in the stereotypical C, it's more like a hydro power plant. I think that's what it's called. Ow. Wait for it, shoot through, because thankfully your shots can go through walls. Dash through. Get out, down. Ugh. I really hope that's a checkpoint. It is, and thank goodness. Okay, 2 lives left. I should be about fine. Keyword is should be out. Ow. Whew. Thank goodness, ow. Oh, man, I really need that health. I really, really do need that. Oh boy, this is great. I'll see sparks. Whoop! Ow! Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. I will try to use the tornado thing. If not, then that's probably just me retrying it over again. Yeah! Huh, looks like Volt Catfish falls prey to Toadman syndrome too as well. That's pretty nice to know. Oh, excuse me. And for our troubles, we get our 4th sub-weapon from a Maverick. The Triad Thunder. Now this is more of a shield than the Frost Shield. because it's more of a triad of electrical bolts that surround you. Technically, it still works better of a shield than, say, the actual frost shield. Don't know why it's called a frost shield when it does nothing like a shield. When it acts nothing like a shield at all. But sure, why not? So that takes care of half of our Mavericks, and we got Crush Crawfish, Neon Tiger, Gravity Beetle, and Blast Hornet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Blast Hornet, Crush Crawfish, Neon Tiger, and Gravity Beetle. Yep, I'm right. So that takes care of half our Mavericks, Vile, done, and Bit destroyed. So in the next part, I'll be taking care of the second half of the Mavericks. I'm FFDV93, and I shall see you all later. Bye.